PRS SE DGT wasn't the only great new SE model released this year. For some players, even better news was today's guitar, the SE McCarty 594. Don't go anywhere. If you didn't see my review of the SE DGT, I'll leave a link in the description. But the short version is I found it quite impressive, especially at this price point. I found it very well made, and it features some of the best sounding SE pickups I've heard. Now, as you would expect, the SE McCarty 594 is comparable in build quality, with very nice fretwork and a great setup. It's available in 3 finishes: Vintage Sunburst, Faded Blue, and my personal favorite, this beautiful black gold burst. Of course, McCarty models are vintage inspired, so we have the 3-way switch on the upper horn and a volume and tone control for each pickup. And the tone controls are push-pull pots like most PRS models to give you those single-coil sounds as well. I think PRS does a great job at this, in that there's no huge volume drop-off or excessive 60-cycle hum when split. And being able to split them independently gives you a lot of possible combinations. All right, let's run through the sounds. Here's the neck pickup clean. And the bridge pickup. And both pickups together. And the neck pickup split. And the bridge pickup split. And both pickups together, coil split. Okay, and now here's the neck pickup with a little drive from the Sweet Honey. And here's the bridge pickup. And here are both pickups. Okay, here's the neck pickup, split with a little drive. And here's the bridge pickup split. And here's both pickups split. Now, while the woods are the same as the SE DGT, the specs are, of course, very different. The neck is the PRS pattern vintage carve, and it's pretty thick. Think 50s Les Paul, you won't be far off. The DGT had a rather narrow nut width for a PRS, whereas this one has the usual 1 11/16 inch or 43 millimeter nut width, which I have to say I prefer. It has a very nice rosewood fingerboard with well-done pearloid bird inlays. Now, the neck is mahogany of a 3-piece construction, which makes for a very strong, stable neck. And this binding looks great. It's a 22-fret rosewood fingerboard, and the 594 in the name refers to the 24.594-inch scale length. The vintage-style tuners feel very smooth, and they hold tune fine. The body is mahogany, typically 3-piece, with a maple cap and a nice flame maple veneer. This model features the maple reveal binding, so you can see the maple cap all the way around the body. Now, pickups are the 5815 LTS pickups, the S, of course, indicating they're the import version. The bridge and the tailpiece are unique to the 594 and are made of zinc and brass. I have to say they look impressive. The vast majority of imports at this price point get pretty generic items, and this is a classy touch for sure. So if you're trying to decide between this model and the SE DGT, it really is going to come down to features. Neck shape is critical for many players, and the necks are very different. Now, both are substantial, as I've said, but the 594 feels fatter and is definitely wider at the nut. Since that's entirely a feel thing, you'd really need to get your hands on both to see which you prefer. The DGT neck is very unique, and I liked it quite a bit. But I have to say I'm a little more comfortable on this neck, especially this nut width. The other standout differences are the pickups, and of course, whether or not you want the trim. Now, if a trim is a big part of your style, then the choice is obvious. For me, it's something I can take or leave. I did slightly prefer the DGT pickups, though. As I said in that review, I don't see a need to upgrade them at all. And I'm not 100% certain that's the case with the McCarty 594. On the other hand, I have to say, I find the 24.594 scale length very enjoyable and just a lot of fun to play. So overall, I think I'd probably prefer the McCarty 594 by a very narrow margin. In any case, hard to go too far wrong with either model, whichever you choose. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this look at the PRS SE McCarty 594. If so, give this video a like. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you very soon.